Hey everyone, and welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2. On this video, we're getting a gold medal on the mission, Americans at Rest. And this one is over in town. Let's see, an optional mission is now available. Completing them can be a way to gain honor. We'll be checking that out in the near future. Also, question mark blips indicate optional stranger missions. Speak to a stranger in the area to begin the strand. Strand is an interesting word choice there. Alright, so our mission is here in the saloon.
Come on, Charles. All right, there we go. Oh, Arthur, come here. Come over here. I want you to meet our friends.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, ain't you just the toughest teak mountain man?
Oh, you be quiet, Anastasia. Anyone can tell this one is a pussy cat.
Exactly. Yes, he's a pussy cat. Ain't that so, Arthur?
Whatever you say. How much you cost, anyway?
Well, ain't that a nice way to talk to a lady?
Oh, I didn't know I was talking to a lady.
Excuse me.
Well, I must say, you got a fine way with the women, amigo.
Yeah, regular dandy and a charm. Where's Bill?
Oh, man. I dread to think about it. Hey! There he is.
Watch where you're going. Take it
Are
easy,
you about to
pal.
kiss that guy
Take
or
it
punch
easy,
him?
huh?
Oh, and we have our answer.
Come here, you. Let's just shoot these bastards. Oh, come on. We can handle these fools.
Alright, so for gold medal, you just need to go through the mission quickly, really. Nothing too special. Just be good. Oh, so far I'm not being good.
Stay out of my way.
You fools, huh? We'll sweep you out with the trash.
Yeah, punch him.
Going on down here?
Tommy, stay out of this.
Come here, you little greaser. I've had enough of you. I got dirt.
Well, bring grapple, tap, circle to escape. Elbow him. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now for the gold medal, get to Javier in 10 seconds.
Over there.
Hey, tough guy. You want some too, huh? Come on, pretty boy. Pretty boy? You're kidding me. Pretty boy? I hope you got more than that.
Alright,
Got him now.
so I believe we have to finish this fight in 1:30.
Don't take that from him.
You okay there, Arthur? Yeah. I got this son of a bitch. You're making a real fool of yourself.
Smash his face, Tommy. Oh, yeah.
Come on. I ain't even... You must be the village idiot, huh?
This be fun, didn't it? No, he's not. Show him how we do it, Valentine. Hey, come on, stop that.
Stop! Please, I beg you, stop. Come, sir. You won the fight already. Surely that's enough.
What business is it of yours?
No business. No business, sir, but please, I beg you.
Making new friends again, I see, Arthur.
Look who we found sniffing about.
Josiah Trelawney.
The very same.
Well, I thought you'd gone to New York.
And miss all this glamour. You must be joking.
How are you?
Well, quite well indeed. I went to Blackwater looking for you gentlemen. You're not very popular there, it seems. Ah, Javier and Charles. I've missed you. And Bill looking as well as can be. Gentlemen, always a pleasure.
You're right. We ain't too popular in Blackwater.
We left a lot of money there.
And young Sean, it seems.
Sean, you found him.
Yes, I have. He's being held by some bounty hunters, trying to see how much money the government will pay them. I know he's in Blackwater, but there's talk of them moving.
Well, if we step foot in Blackwater... Well, then we're dead men for sure.
There'll be Pinkertons all over the place, but if he's alive, we gotta try.
Yeah, of course.
It's you they want, Dutch.
Always is. Charles, go find out what you can, carefully. Josiah, take Javier. Arthur, go get yourself cleaned up. Join them when you're ready.
Well, what about me?
Well, exactly. What about you?
What does that mean?
Oh, Bill, come on.
Mission complete, and it looks like we got our gold. Multiple missions are available in camp. These are shown as the gold camp icon on the radar. Alright, let's go ahead and look at our quest. We're at 7% story completion now. Chapter 2, Americans at Rest. Bill starts a brawl in Smithfield's saloon in Valentine as Javier, Charles, and Arthur attempt to charm the locals. So, we saved Javier within 15 seconds. I think I said 10, but it's actually 15. And we defeated Tommy within 1 minute and 30 seconds. Alright, so we are a little bit muddy. Let's go take a bath at the inn.
Hello again. Oh, it's, you.
Yes, it is. Last time I checked.
I really don't need any more trouble.
I didn't come to make any. I was just protecting a lady.
Well, all behind us now, I suppose. So what is it you need? A bath, perhaps?
Yes, I bought a bath. Okay. Well, normally he tells me it's back here, but I guess I'll be leading myself back here. Alright, scrub that head. I don't think the water job I did earlier was good enough.
How'd you like some help in here?
Some help? Deluxe bath, 50 cents? I'll pay for that.
Sure, why not?
You can just leave it to me now. I'll be out of your hair in no time.
Alright, well, if you're gonna be here, scrub my left arm.
You let me know if you need anything, all right?
Sorry for smell. It's been a while.
Well,
Oh, been a tough few weeks.
well then.
You gotta treat yourself sometimes, I reckon.
Yes, indeed.
Past few months have probably been the toughest of my life.
Oh, gosh, you poor thing.
Well, at least this ain't awkward.
You're too much.
So, what do you do when you're not working?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to get out of this town is all.
Anyway, I'll stop rabbiting on now.
You've been nothing but kind.
All right. Well, last time it just ended it on its own, but my right leg still needs some
Doesn't
scrubbing.
get much better than this, right? Oh, you do feel tense.
All right, that's perfect. Thanks.
It was nice getting to know you.
And magically, my clothes are a little less muddy. Hey, you're in my way, buddy.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, well, it's starting to get a little bit dark.
Come on,
Maybe we can
this sirloin will put a smile on your man's face, guaranteed.
we can check out a few things before it gets too dark, though. How about the butcher? Well, not very talkative, is he? Alright, well, you can buy different types of meat here. But we don't really need any, so we're just going to skip out on that. Wow, it got dark super quick. Let's see. That might be a horse we need. Seems to be a new horse. No, that's Tennessee Walker. We've seen those. Alrighty, well, you know what? Let's actually just take a room until morning. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to make such an entrance. Alright, I will take a room, good sir. You have rented a room and can use it to save progress and change outfits, and I hope it makes me less dirty. I've not tested this. It's being stubborn. No, I want to sleep. Oh, almost had it. There we go. I will sleep 10 hours until morning. Oh, and you know something I have not done? I have not kept up with my journal. Let's see where we're at there. Let's see. I think we read this one before. Yeah. Yep, we saw that. Oh no, I hit chapter. Dang it. Alright, so I think I saw this one too. Yep, okay, so it's these next two pages. Horseshoe Overlook, headed into Valentine with Uncle and the girls. Girls went scouting at work while Uncle and I had a few drinks and he explained more of his theories on existence and bare-faced lies about his past. Things took a strange turn. Some fella seemed to recognize me, or us, from Blackwater. Guess we had been holed up there too long while Jose and I scouted the job that never was. I chased the bastard. And he nearly fell off a cliff. I spared him and he gave me an ink pen. I hope I won't regret my leniency, but I reckon he got the scare of his life. Jimmy Brooks was his name. And you can see every time I discovered a new type of animal, I did a sketch of it, which is kind of nifty. Alright, so what do we want to do? I don't even understand what's going on in there. Sounds like crying. Huh, that's interesting. There's usually a guy out here trying to get donations, but he's not here.
You good-for-nothing cheating bastard!
I ain't hearing no more of this. I won that game fair and square.
Shit! Fair and square my ass!
You heard me, fair and square.
Your move.
Oh, good God!
Oh man. Took him down.
Who else wants some? Huh?
I'll do it. Challenge.
Sure, I'll shoot you. Wouldn't mind some practice.
Well, let's get to it then.
You have challenged someone to a duel. Get into position to begin. Oh, position's over. Oh, no, position's over here. Slowly press R2 to fill the meter. The more full the meter, the longer you get to aim.
And there we go.
And I won the duel. So it's a little weird. You hold down R2 and then the meter starts to fill. And then you press R2 in all the way, and then you get to aim, and based on how much meter there was, you get longer to aim or something like that. I haven't quite figured it out completely yet, but good enough to kill that dude.
One day.
And I'll take your goods. Now, normally killing people would get the law after you, but in this case, it was an honorable duel, I suppose, and nobody's angry. Yet if I punch someone, I get the freaking law after me, so. Strange laws. Alright, anyways. What else can we do? Don't need anything from the general store, so I won't bother with that. That sun is bright. I need some sunglasses. There's the bank. Nothing to do in there. I'm assuming in the future we can rob it, but for right now, doesn't seem to be anything. The saloon is completely shut down from our earlier antics, as you can see. Sorry, I just like smashing through doors. Oh, is that my hat? Or is that just a random hat? Ha! I found my hat. That's hilarious. Alright. There we go, a little more gentle. Do I have both of these breeds of horses? Let's find out. This one I might not. This is a Morgan. It's almost like it's meant for me. Morgans are classed as riding horses. They can be identified by their smaller frame, refined build, and elegant gait. The Bay, Palomino, Flaxen Chestnut, and Bay Roan coat can be found in the wild. The Bay Roan and Palomino are also purchasable from stables. They are known for having poor health and acceleration. Their speed and stamina are average, making them suitable for shorter journeys. Well, maybe not a horse for me after all. We got 3 other horses hanging out.
They washed out most of the Wilson clan's crops. Yeah, they'll have almost nothing to show for harvest. Probably starve come winter.
That is a Kentucky Saddler. Kentucky Saddlers are classed as riding horses. They can be identified by their muscular, medium-sized frame and smooth gait. The gray, black, chestnut pinto, and silver bay are found in the wild. The gray coat is also purchasable from a stable. Their good nature and handling make them perfect for riding short distances. This breed is known for being healthy, but is let down by poor speed and acceleration.
Morning to you.
And what are you? Another Morgan. Alright. So, let's see. Saloon is closed down. What are you, horse? Kentucky Saddler. I should start actually recognizing what these look like so I don't keep examining the same ones. Alright, so we got the doctor over here. He sells tonics and things of that nature. We don't need to talk to him.
Excuse me, but I need
Go
some
on
money.
and move.
I fought in the war.
Christ alive.
Who's talking?
This drunk fella was hollering at me today.
Morning, Parker.
Hey, old silly. Someone, come on.
I was considering giving someone some money.
Give a fella a nickel.
I don't know who's talking. No money for you. I can't find you. Alright, so we have the gunsmith.
In town. Welcome.
And just like the other shop, he has a catalog.
You're that fellow who had to fight with Tommy outside of Smithfield's?
Yep.
People are still talking about that fight.
I ain't.
Well, fair enough. Neither's Tommy. Anyway, how can I help you today?
I'm gonna look at your catalog. Alright, so I am looking for a varmint rifle. And for some reason, it's free. Let's see. Read. The varmint rifle. $0 or 0 cents. A hunting rifle the whole family can enjoy. The makers of the world-famous Lancaster rifle recently set to manufacturing the finest .22 pump-action varmint rifle available. It is carefully made of the finest materials available on the market. The modern homestead is plagued by all manner of pests and varmints, and the Lancaster varmint rifle dispatches them with a resounding crack. Shoot it once and you will see that it brings down varmints with a splendid wallop unequaled by other low-caliber rifles. A varmint's nightmare. It is the ideal rifle for eradicating opossum, groundhog, skunks, weasels, squirrels, rabbits, house sparrows, robins, starlings, crows, doves, gophers, nutria, prairie dogs, bats, coyotes, porcupines, frogs, rats, mice, feral cats, beavers, chinchillas, eagles, stray dogs, snakes, badgers, and all manner of animals proving to be a nuisance. I like how it gave that giant list of things, and it was like, etc. I think I've given you 20 examples. That's probably enough. Needed for pelt or plumage or providing for the supper table. Oh, that's a comma. I thought that was a period. All right, anyways. This is the perfect father-son rifle. For ages 5 and up, Jasper Humbard included this note with his recent reorder of ammunition for the .22 varmint pump-action rifle. We had a family of coons holed up in the barn and confounded if they didn't get into every bit of feed we had stored in there for the winter, and fouled it up something fierce. I ordered the Lancaster varmint rifle from your outfit for my boy's birthday, and one night I set a spell listening for them coons to go a-walking about. I woke up my boy with a crack of that rifle outside his window, and he came a-galloping outside in a hurry, and we headed out towards the barn. I told him to cut the light, and we sat there till we saw them beady eyes reflected by the moon. Boy howdy, if he didn't have a mess of fun shooting that whole family of coons dead. I remembered my pa used to parboil coon with sweet potatoes. Doggone it if it didn't have ourselves a feast that night. I can't thank you enough for recommending this fine rifle. It's a hoot. Warranted and effective. Will not bust the barrel. Or burst the barrel. Other outfits have peddled versions of this gun that adhere to low-quality standards and are known to jam, become fouled, decrease in accuracy, and eventually explode the barrel and maim the user permanently for life. Do not risk the sight of your loved ones by purchasing a low-quality model. We are in a position to make you prices of this high-class order of goods at 50% less than other houses. Favor us with your order, and we know you will be so delighted each time you pull the trigger of this rifle that you will imagine ways to order many other rifles, shotguns, and pistols. Each gun we offer is warranted in every respect. Our binding guarantee and refund offer is such that we will send you this pump-action rifle, and if it is in any way not perfectly satisfactory, we will refund your money one day, eventually. Less accidental discharges. With a fitted safety lock, it is safe in nearly every manner, obviating most danger of accidental discharge into unintended targets such as family or friends. It is guaranteed to have the maximum amount of strength, and the lines of this gun are better than any other single-barrel gun. The rifle loads and ejects the shell by sliding motion of the forearm. No stronger action made. It is absolutely guaranteed to be the best make of this style rifle on the market. This is a high-grade gun which cannot be duplicated elsewhere. Sounds pretty good to me. Let's go ahead. Oh, what's view? Ah, literally view. All right, let's go ahead and buy it because it's free. Why would I not? Components. Barrel. We could get rifling. $20 for improved rifling. That barely increases its range. No, thank you. Iron sights. $5 for a pretty decent increase in accuracy. I will take that. Scope. Nah. Stock. That's just aesthetic. I don't have extra money to be pouring into fancy looking guns. And then wrap. That is the same deal, just an aesthetic thing. And I'm not paying $10 for that. Not yet. Alright, I got my rifle. I'm happy.
Yeah, never mind. Worth a shot.
Alright, and our compendium has been updated. The quick-firing Lancaster varmint rifle is designed for hunting small mammals and large birds, using a special low-caliber type of ammunition with reduced damage. However, the large ammo capacity and fast fire rate make this an effective weapon against large groups of enemies. This gun has an ammo capacity of 14 rounds and can only use 22 caliber ammo. All right.
The trouble in Valentine late, and people are starting to talk about the curse again.
We could also customize if we wanted to. I obviously just customized that rifle, but you can customize any weapon you have here. But we don't need to do that. We're taking off.
Well, I'm sure you'll be back.
I just want to get a drink.
Morning. Is that you that's asking? No? I still haven't figured out who's talking. Whatever. Unless it's you. Is it you? No?
Morning.
Eh, whatever. Alright, newspaper kid. I want a newspaper.
Want to buy paper?
Yes, I do. The New Hanover Gazette, numbers 27. New Hanover Gazette, The Heart of the Heartlands. 1899, volume 17, number 27. That'll be 25 cents. I'll do it.
Take a paper, please.
Next time.
Can I get a few cents?
You have already bought all currently available newspapers. All right. So let's check out this newspaper. I'm going to go to my satchel. And under documents, there are newspapers somewhere. That's journal, newspapers. There we go. A collection of newspapers. New Hanover's Gazette, number 27.
Here, fresh from one of the machines.
Somebody help me out. I was in the army.
Train robbed. Pitched battle leaves many dead. Outlaws send train on driverless journey. Owned by Leviticus Cornwall. A private train owned by the railroad, sugar, and oil magnate Leviticus Cornwall was robbed in broad daylight by masked outlaws. Headed north towards the Grizzlies, the outlaws boarded and stopped the train shortly after it had departed from West Elizabeth. Initial cables sent as of printing time indicate the bloody takeover occurred in order to steal railroad bonds from the personal car of Mr. Cornwall. Shortly after the robbery, the train was set in motion without a driver or crew. barreling dangerously through the area at a high rate of speed. The train was eventually brought to a stop by engineers and lawmen north of Ansburg, who reported a scene of violent struggle and bloody carnage on board. Some engineers and guards from the train survived the slaughter, but were too startled to report much information of value to authorities. Alright, let me move away from that other guy, because he's constantly interrupting me while I'm trying to read. Let's go into the alley. Where it's all quiet like. Actually, we'll go back here. Much better. And now we have pigs. Well, that's better. Blackwater locked down. Bank boat heist, largest robbery in years. Dutch's boys accused. Bounties placed. Furnishes a sensation among residents. Money believed stashed by outlaws. After a bloody shootout that resulted in the seizure of a large quantity of banknotes being shipped by boat, Pinkerton agency officials have restricted access to the town of Blackwater while a massive manhunt is underway. Officials issued bounties on the heads of Dutch Vanderlinde and his gang, commonly known as Dutch's boys. Banks looked to shipping assets via boat as a more reliable means of transportation, impervious from thieves. The deadly attack resulted in the loss of $150,000, the largest robbery in the region in recent years. Authorities believe that the men may have stashed the money in Blackwater before fleeing. Reports indicate that many are searching high and low for the stash, upending public spaces and neighbors' gardens. Residents of Blackwater view the lockdown with contempt. Businesses who depend on shipments of dry goods, sundries, and catalog sales complain the Pinkertons have caused an unnecessary burden to life and welfare. Blizzard aftermath in Grizzlies. Snowmelt worries those in flood-prone area. A series of late spring snowstorms rendered the Grizzlies impassable in May, catching many unprepared. Having used most of their winter provisions, the snow, often measuring feet in many areas, is unusual this late in the season. Reports from riders who have recently encountered the area say that respite is finally in sight. The snowmelt is coming quickly with the seasonable warmth, which worries many that rivers downstream will swell and burst their banks, as happened in the late spring snowstorms of '83. Planting season is also reportedly delayed, as many areas are too muddy for work animals to work a plow. Family murdered, land of the lawless. Highway robbery and murder have become a daily affair once more to those traveling near tall trees, Hennigan's Stead, Armadillo, or Tumbleweed. Huntington Schrader and his wife and 2 boys were traveling by wagon when they were held up by heavily armed bandits, believed to be members of the notorious Del Lobo gang. Mr. Schrader opened fire, and the shorter of the bandits was soon a corpse. But the taller one, worked into desperation by the death of his companion, found his mark, and Mr. Schrader was soon a corpse too. His wife Isabella stood her ground and fired at the bandits until they fled. Her younger son Isaac had been hit in the incident and soon bled to death. Travelers are warned to avoid the areas as incidents of violence, thievery, and murder are increasing faster than law enforcement can pursue them. 21 dead in attacks. Banks and stages held at gunpoint. Colm O'Driscoll, a man with a bloody record. Beloved pastor among dead. Reverend Alex H. Hughes was shot and killed for voicing his concern for the safety of the women on board a stagecoach destined for West Elizabeth. The shameful tragedy is part of widespread disorder led by notorious outlaw Colm O'Driscoll and his gang. Multiple stagecoaches and shipments have been robbed by the O'Driscoll gang across New Hanover and West Elizabeth. Banks in the region are also said to be on caution as a number have been held up. Not satisfied with the riches of their plunder, the members of the O'Driscoll gang are reported to delight in torture and bloodshed as part of their escapades and have left widows and widowers in their wake. Travelers are encouraged to be aware and armed, especially in the area of Big Valley, where the gang is reported to have taken a large ranch as a base of operations, leaving the family and ranch hands dead. Heresy. Religious sect recruiting. Citizens of Valentine protest. Claim Trelawneyans commit blasphemy. The evils of Trelawneyanism are still flourishing. It is now practiced openly, and this newspaper believes it is a menace to all of our liberty. Christian citizens of Valentine gathered at a church last Saturday to protest what they and any sensible-minded people consider a blasphemy in their midst. The Trelawneyans have been actively recruiting young men. Valentine wrestles with its own homegrown religious movement. They claim the true Bible was handed down 100 years ago to our great prophet from above. Local religious leaders warn this blasphemy threatens the future of the region and indeed the country. The Trelawneyans hold the turtle to be sacred and consider them ancient holy animals to never be harmed. Protesters were seen holding signs with the turtle that had been crossed out. Mexican border dispute intensifies. Soldiers block passage. President calls for severing ties. Not since General Francisco Ramirez Torres seized the presidency of Mexico in the bloody coup of 1876 have relations been so strained with the U.S. among heightened tensions. General Torres has placed troops along the border to deny entry to prospectors, cattle ranchers, and renegade bands of Indians who have taken to raiding Mexican settlements. In retaliation, with an isolationist tone, President McAllister has called for a ban on trade with Mexico. He said the U.S. has provided resources over the years, including help in ending the Apache Wars 10 years ago, and received little in return except hostility. A search for ancient bones. Dinosaur hunt continues. New Hanover hailed as a geological wonderland. Hailing New Hanover as a geological wonderland, amateur paleontologist Deborah McGinnis is in on the hunt, excavating several sites in the state. As fossils pour in from the grizzlies, McGinnis asserts that an undiscovered species of dinosaur, which she claims could fly, swim, and walk, once inhabited the region in the prehistoric ages. Labeling the elusive creature as Totalosaurus, she has devoted her life's work to unearthing the remains of the ancient animal, despite geologists saying no evidence exists in the established fossil record. Several universities have rejected her work, saying Mrs. McGinnis would be better suited to writing fiction than searching for dinosaurs. Bubonic plague spreads, arriving ships quarantined. An epidemic of bubonic plague has broken out in India and Hong Kong and spread to our troops in the Philippines. Several soldiers have died in Manila of what was called a loathsome disease. Despite the best efforts in sanitary science to stomp it out, the plague appears to have resurfaced in this country. In New York and Saint Denis, victims of plague were confirmed, and vessels arriving were given the choice of a doctor visiting each ship or turning around. Anybody suspected of death from the disease should be immediately burned, even if the cause of expiry is not confirmed as bubonic plague by bacteriological examination. War breaks out in Philippines. Insurrection against United States grows. The First Philippine Republic has effectively declared war on the United States, objecting to the Treaty of Paris in which the U.S. took possession of the Philippines from Spain after the Spanish-American War. American naval forces have bombarded the city of Iloilo after the first shots were fired. They will be taught the humanity of conquerors. The War Department expects the cessation of hostilities to happen quickly, as the American military force is strong and the Filipinos are armed mostly with bolo knives, spears, bows, and other handcrafted weapons. American occupation of the archipelago has been contentious. However, military officials are planning a humanitarian campaign after hostilities cease. Bear attacks worry residents. Man killed while hunting. A hunter looking for deer was set upon by a very large bear this week. The bear was separated from its cub and by instinct attacked the man. He fired 5 shots before the big brute reached him, breaking both his shoulders, cutting the vital organs and terribly lacerating his face. He was found dead by a scouting party after his wife reported him missing. The bear had previously killed a cow a week before, and a reward of $10 was put forth for its capture. It is unknown if the bear is gravely wounded. Hunters are warned to heed caution. The Art of Angling by Jeremy Gill. Bluegill. As I have often told keen readers of this column, fishing is, for those of us intelligent enough to see it, really the best way to understand humanity in all its glory. As a famous angler, writer, and dare I say it, philosopher, I'm used to the perils of celebrity. Once, while signing an autograph for a polio-stricken youth in Kuala Lumpur, he asked me my thoughts on fishing while it is raining. "Why, that's the best time to fish, little fellow," I laughed heartily, slapping him on the back and causing him to cough mightily and, quite frankly, embarrass both of us. Poor little chap. Life can be very unfair. Fishing taught me that. I always say that some of the deepest introspection into a man's soul happens when he stands in a torrential downpour. I was fishing in the rain using live bait near Scarlet Meadows and hooked a monster bluegill. And yet, even I didn't land him. So there's a metaphor, pretty much for everything. And that is probably a hint for future fishing. I will have to keep that in mind. Alright, lots of articles in that newspaper, but we got through them and we are up to date on the news. And I think that's all I want to do for the current video. And is there a new pig in here? There's a new pig. Oh, right there. We got an old spot pig. I knew there was a third breed. Can be used in the oregano pork recipe. And its diet consists of lizards, mice, eggs, agricultural crops, and fungi and grasses. Alrighty, so we're gonna wrap it up right here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.